That was the lowest point. Doo-doo.
Lowest point. Oof, lowest moment.
Oh, I've had a few of those.
What can I share?
I believe watching other people's narratives help to give you a good picture of what path you're on, even if it's not exactly the same.
I was like, okay, I can list all this. I don't know how many of, I don't want this, don't want that, but what is it in the place of like what I want? And that was really driving me crazy.
That's why I was doing those insane hours. I was getting up really early in the morning, finishing really late. And I thought that if I worked harder than everyone else, that the rewards would come quicker. But no, not at all. Not at all.
Without a doubt, the most difficult periods of the day is when you don't make much money. It annoys me.
Not having any money, investing all my money in my business, and I'm thinking, where am I going to get my next mortgage? Where am I going to get my next meal from or something, Do I really want to do this? Or should I continue? And I've had moments where I've really been down.
We've just lost a huge account. So we had one client that was kind of supporting 70 or 80% of our office, and that client was gone. And I had so many people in the office that I had to kind of take care of. And I pretty much had to tell them, we can't continue like this, and I had to let them go.
When you have no money, like none, and you're still believing in this dream, that's where it becomes really hard, because you start thinking evil thoughts. What can I do to make money?
You need to find new ways of bringing in clients, new ways of promoting your business.
And I had some serious thoughts. Yeah, I had some serious.
What's the business that comes in?
I wanted to go into porn, innit?
I said, yeah. I started researching it because I heard the money. I said to you, I'm not lying. I researched it. I think it was hard work, so I said no.
Not knowing where it's going to go, if you're going to be successful, if you can keep doing it. I mean, every entrepreneur has those kind of moments pretty much daily.
I just didn't really know if I was doing the right thing. I didn't really know if I was good enough. I'm very bad. I always compare myself to other people.
There are times when you feel like you're the only one that's going through the situation, and if you haven't got that support network around you, then it can be really hard to actually G yourself up and pull yourself out of it.
Being able to manage every facet of the work, it tends to be quite lonely.
I was in construction a year ago and worked with Famine, and they like to take the mick. They like to mock the whole idea of, what you're doing, this video production idea you're coming out with is, be realistic. And, I wasn't getting paid that much, and it was long hours, and I was just like, it got to a point where I was like, is it worth it? Is it worth this whole company idea?
I think the most difficult time was when I left my full-time job the first time. So I had times where I was thinking to myself, I should give up and just have a normal job.
And I kind of woke up again and went, oh, actually, I'm back. And I'm in a good place right now.
It's where you hit this phase of depression where you feel like you are potentially a fake, that you think you could be special or do something special, but you're not. So just do what you're told and carry on. And when you start believing that shit, that you feel low.
It is tough when there is a feast or famine sort of cycle that you go through. So when it's a famine, when you're part of the famine, part of the cycle, it's a little bit difficult and you feel like you're not good enough, you doubt yourself, you doubt your ability, but it's just a matter of continuing to put yourself out there and to keep going no matter what and not letting these thoughts get in your way.
I would say dealing with managing personal relationships as well, that's been quite hard.
Balancing parenting and having a business. And with my child, he's got ADHD, so that's been one of our difficulties. I've had to always take up a lot of time off work. Sometimes I've just had to drop work to be there for him. So finding that balance has been difficult, but finding that balance also helped me create to be having a business.
Managing cash flow and keeping the commitment to invoices and ongoing monthly payments, keeping a balance of that.
I'm a very positive person, and I believe in myself, but there is something that holds me back, and I couldn't achieve anything. I was just where I was.
You're going to go through, I guess the best analogy I could give you is the deeper the valley, the higher the mountain and the better the view. So that's
what I've had to learn this year, that the value is going to be deep in this first initial period of this journey, but at the end the mountain's going to be high and the view's going to be amazing and the impact's going to be great.
It takes time to actually build a business, to be an entrepreneur. Mark Twain, I think, said once that the best speech that's made off the cuff normally takes about 3 weeks to prepare. So if you've got an off-the-cuff business, it's going to take you 3 or 4 years to actually get in there to make some money.
And yes, there's been challenging times. Like, for example, I've literally passed out from exhaustion twice, I think. So these things happen, but it's part of your story. It's part of your journey. And if I allow myself to be in that situation again, going back to what I said earlier, I deserve that because I'm not learning.
Human relationships is so difficult because, again, we have been educated to be empathetic and to understand what other people feel. And sometimes it's so difficult to just pay attention to your own point of view and be open, like there are different points of view and you need to keep checking on the others. How do you feel about that?
I think sometimes if you work with a client and you can see them struggle and you have to hold back because you can't give anybody the answer, because you don't have the answer for someone else. And if you see them struggle, I find that is probably the lowest point of any relationship I have with any of the clients.
I got fired from one of my cafe jobs. I didn't get officially fired, but it was, let's just say it was fired because I lost my job. And then I thought I was going to get fired at another job, and I was just like reassessing everything. And then I got these amazing messages through from work that I did for some people, and they were just like, we love what you've done. And I was just like, cool, this is the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, rather than, being half good at cleaning coffee shops.
It's when something doesn't work, right? It could be anything. Equipment, when equipment doesn't work, or we purchased the wrong piece of equipment. I mean, Brandon would know that I go down, don't I? Like sometimes when the equipment isn't working, or I get the wrong piece, I sort of just quiet and just be like super annoyed.
Left my church I was part of for 10 years, ended up falling out with a family member, mentor disappointed me, so that whole period was quite difficult, do you know what I mean? I was just starting desk as well, trying to get funding, and essentially it was proving difficult.
I've never felt rock bottom, like I've never felt this is a lowest moment, but I have felt in a very dark space. I'll explain that. Like that feels like you don't really know which way to go, you don't know how to react, don't know how to respond. And if you do respond, it's not necessarily received in the best way that you would like it to be received, and so you wish you could take it back, and it's kind of like a vicious cycle.
Lowest point is probably when I was trying to start the business, and to start the business, I decided to take a cleaning job because I was struggling, and then I went to this man's yard. The man's yard was dirty, and I was just like, no, this is too deep. Then the next day, that's when we landed the first deal. So,
but I found that sometimes you're ahead of everyone else. So as a visionary, we have ideas, we make them happen, we have the passion, but that doesn't always come from those that you expect, be that family or friends. So
people close to me were like, giving judgment and saying to me, you're never going to make any money from YouTube, what are you doing?
Keeping ahead, keeping that positivity, finding it from different resources, be that podcasts, interviews, books, other entrepreneurs, always helps you on the journey.
When I finally broke free of it and realized that I'm doing this for myself, I can see the vision and I know how many people I'm going to help in the future. When you have a kind of bigger goal and bigger picture, you just, all of the negative comments, there's people who are trolls or send death threats and stuff like that. You just smile at it and think, this means nothing to me, because I know ultimately where I'm going to be in the future and what I'm going to do for the people.